Today we're going to look at the Pz S35. I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger, and we're going to be riding this tank. It's actually a French tank, and it's been captured and reconfigured for German use. The S35, I'm done. This is going to be a lot of people's favorite tank. And the reason why is because if you're lucky, well, not if you're lucky, but if you're good, which I'm not, you are going to have a great day if you get a Tier 3 match with this tank. It almost always performs on Tier 3. On Tier 4, it does okay. On Tier 5, it kind of sucks. And you do see Tier 5 matches with this. The other thing that kind of sucks with this tank is that now that World of Tanks has changed the map rotation, you're only ever going to see Ruinberg and Himmelsdorf, honestly. I mean, you might see another map here and there, but the majority of times that you run this tank, it's going to either be Himmelsdorf or Ruinberg, because you're going to have the winter equivalent and you're going to have the summer equivalent of both maps. And this is a big problem with all of the Tier 3 tanks. Now, if you get in a Tier 5 match, you get a better chance of seeing a different map, but if you're in Tier 3 matchmaking, you're probably going to be on one of those two maps. So that kind of sucks. Tank is cheap. I want to say it's like $5 or $4. It's the cost of a Happy Meal. Get over it. If you don't want to spend money on this game, fine, don't. But this is a good opportunity tank to get in, and if you want, a first premium tank, and you've got low battle count, instead of going for that Tier 8, which is going to make a whole bunch of money, but you're going to be frustrated with, and you're going to get a bad service record with, and everybody's going to be angry with you because you're out there screwing up the teams. I'm not saying that's true of everybody, but honestly, when I bought my first Tier 8 at 5,000 battles, I wasn't ready. The premiums at Tier 8 are hard to play. Most of them. They're not easy tanks to play, except for maybe the IS-6 and maybe the IS-6 and maybe, I don't know, the IS-6. The rest of them are going to offer people that don't know what they're doing a very big challenge. So this is a much better way to get into premium tanks, to understand what they do and to have fun playing them. The S35 is not a good crew trainer. It's a medium tank, but it only holds 3 people, so you will not be able to fit any premium crews in this tank to speak of, or any German medium crews. The medium crews in general follow this pattern. You've got a commander, gunner, driver, radio operator, and loader, but in the S35 you only have the commander, the driver, and radio operator. And this guy plays also as a gunner. And then this guy doubles as, I think, the loader, maybe? I don't know. But you're only getting 3 positions, so you're not training your entire crew. So it leads to unevenly trained crews, unless you just have a crew for this tank and that's all you use them for. But is this a great tank? I think it's a good tank, but unfortunately the lack of maps, and then also the lack of preferential matchmaking, meaning that you see Tier 5 with this, do screw with the tank as far as the fun factor goes. To be honest with you, if you get the opportunity, and this is going to be more expensive, of course, but I feel like the Gross Tractor is a better trainer because it holds the whole shebang. It's also got a derp gun. The main cannon on this tank is an HE gun. It fires every 6 or 7 seconds, and so you can use it on all 3 tiers. You're not going to do a whole lot of damage in a Tier 5 match, but you can at least sit there and break the tracks of your opponents so that your teammates can kill them. This tank, I feel like, is a much better contender at higher tiers. However, on a Tier 3 match, I would rather be in this tank. If you get a Tier 3 match make with this tank, this is a lot of fun. And I almost get top guns every time I play Tier 3. So it's what you would call a seal clubber. This tank has decent armor. Let's take a look. 260 hit points. That is equivalent with the other medium tanks, or I'm sorry, that is on par with other tanks of this class on this tier. Even the light tanks also have about the same armor, maybe 230, somewhere around there. 19 tons, 23 limit, like that's the most it'll weigh is 23 tons, or 21 tons, I'm sorry, with a 220 horsepower engine. So that, makes it a medium tank because it is not going to be fast. In fact, what people call the slow Gross Tractor has a 44 top speed with a 250 horsepower engine and a 16-ton weight. So, yeah. And people also say the Gross Tractor is huge like the TOG. I want you to look at this, though. S35 is taller. Gross Tractor is longer. But they're almost the same size. Anyway, they're both medium tanks. Here we go. Back to the S35. 40 traverse speed is okay. The 37 top speed is pretty slow. You have decent armor on the front for tier 3, 36. Not great, but actually, no, it's not that great. You know what? Let's take a look and see. We just did our T127 review, and I think that has 40, if I remember right. Oh, it's a light tank. Duh. So let's take a look at some of the other tier 3 tanks. So we have 36 on this guy. The Locust is 25. Our T127 is 40, so the T127 does have more armor. Let's say our Panzer... No, that's tier 3. 30 on the front of the T15 light tank. So that gives you an idea where we are. It's kind of just mediocre armor. It's not great. It's more than the light tanks have, but it's a medium tank, so it should have a lot more. But you're going to bounce shots from lower tier tanks for sure. The turret is where it's good. 56 armor on the front of the turret, so you can do peekaboos. Now you do have this commander's hatch, which is a weak spot. 46 on the side, 46 on the back. So really your strong point is that your hull is kind of soft all the way around, but it's angled a little bit. They're going to have a hard time penetrating because of the angle. And then you have a decent turret armor, especially, up front for tier 3. On tier 4, tier 5, they're still going to get through you. But on tier 3, you're going to be able to bounce some shots. The gun is interesting. Fast rate of fire. I mean, you're under 2 seconds for the reload. It has 55 penetration and only does 52 damage, but 55 penetration is pretty good on tier 3. So you're going to be able to penetrate a lot of tanks very quickly. You're just not going to do a ton of damage, but most of the tanks that you're going to be facing on tier 3 have 200 to 250 health. So you only have to hit them 3 or 4 times and you're going to kill them. Maybe 6 times for a full health tank, but still, you're going to be able to do it. So that makes it fun. You can just sit there and pelt people. Yeah, and then, last but not least, we have okay turret traverse at 41. It's not great, but you can turn the tank. Average view range, average signal range. Let's go ahead and run this tank. I do like this tank. I don't play it a ton. In fact, we can look at our service record, too. We need to do that. And I'm running with the coated optics, gun laying drive, and the vents. And I don't think you can put a gun rammer. No gun rammer for this one. A lot of the tier 3 and 2 tanks don't get gun rammers. Because the guns already fire super fast, so there's really no reason to have one. My stats. Boop. I've played 45 battles. I have a 56% win rate with a 436 average experience. That's not great, but it's not terrible for tier 3. Let's take a look at the gross tractor just to keep that in check. 56 battles, only a 50% win rate, but higher experience per battle at 484. So if you want to win, this seems like it's more of a winner right now than the gross tractor, but both of these are pretty low battle counts. I really don't start considering battle count until you get up over, let's say, 100 battles, 150 battles. Then you can really start seeing how the tank is going to perform for you. That eliminates any losing streaks, winning streaks, that kind of thing. You need to get over 100 battles to really see how you're going to be able to manage in real life. All right, we're going to run 2 or 3 battles here, and then we will do a little wrap-up, and off we go. All right, here we have our S35 resplendent in spaghetti buff camo.
Is that your teammate?
Is that my teammate? Yes.
Are those guys your teammates?
Yeah, this is a beautiful tank.
Are those guys your teammates?
Those guys are my teammates. Yes, they are, Mater.
And that guy not your teammate?
That guy's my teammate, yes.
That your teammate?
All those guys are my teammates. So we have a tier 4 match. You can see here that the mobility is not very good. I mean, it's really, this artillery is outpacing me. Thanks. The Valentine 2 is keeping up with me pretty readily. Those guys are all on my team, Mater, yes. Whoops, the BT-7 snuck through here. You can see how long it takes my turret to turn. It's not a great thing. Wow, these guys are getting hammered on the other team.
Why do you guys shoot at them?
There's the BTSV.
Gegnerfahrzeug ausgeschaltet.
Clipped him. BT7's backing out.
Der ging voll durch ihre Panzerung.
Yep. Uh-oh.
Der ging voll
Now the
durch
Stewart
ihre Panzerung. Wir
might
haben
give us
sie
some
nicht
trouble
mal
with his armor, and he's angled pretty good.
Wirkungstreffer.
Still, I'm able to get some shots through on him. Oh, there's 2 Stewarts.
You got your answer.
Those red guys are not my friends.
Why?
Because they're the enemies. The enemies are always red. The good guys are always green.
Wir haben sie nicht mal
M3 Stewart.
angekratzt. Wir haben sie nicht mal
Come on, hit that
angekratzt.
plate, guys. There we go.
Wirkungstreffer.
This poor Stewart, he's running for his life. Well, because he's getting surrounded here. Oh, almost hit that PZ-1C. Oh, Birch Gun just killed our T-46. I'm going to get down in the valley here. I got another assistance. That was nice. Those are my teammates, and they're tearing that Covenanter to shreds. And our gross tractor is hiding in the back. Why do you even take a premium tank out if you're just going to hide? I do not understand that kind of playing.
And Mom, I'm a little teammate. Don't go.
Take it easy, Mater.
Little teammates and
Yeah, I'm going to head back. I'm heading back.
why?
Well, we got enough tanks. Here. They're pushing our base. Let's see here. I can get that T-46. We're getting a lot of interesting language. I'm imagining this is probably Brazilians or South Americans. Am I going to get you some more toys? Like what kind of toys?
What kind of like toys, all toys, food out there, and no toys.
Like tractor toys? Maybe.
But I have other toys. But don't mean
Der ging voll durch ihre Panzerung.
travel toys.
Dragon toys?
And
There we go. It's a win.
then toys, tractors,
Oh, you like dinosaur toys too?
tractors,
Tractors?
and
Airplanes. Planes.
then they'll be done.
Then we'll be done. So we need some dinosaurs, planes, and tractors.
Yeah. And a giant.
And a what?
And a giant too.
A driving one?
Giants. Like the giant.
Oh, giants?
Yeah, like giant. Dragons. Dragons? Yeah. Like both sails.
I should put gold in this tank. I'm not going to be able to penetrate that Valentine. That's a hard target right there. And he's stopping the cap, unfortunately. Nice shot on the AMX-40. Yeah, this is where you need gold. Last time I ran this tank, I was in an anti-gold mood, so I didn't put any gold in the tank, and that was a mistake. We're still capping, but oh! So mobility, as you can see, that can be an issue. So you can see here, not bad, 14,000 income. That's that's pretty good for a tier 3 tank, and it just put me over 1.2 mil. Hey, didn't score so well, but it was a tier 4 battle, so I would expect the tier 4s to do better than the tier 3 tanks. Though when I'm on a good day, I can do that. But we're gonna load some gold up. I think I'm gonna make a little change here. So we're gonna take out the fire extinguisher. And I'm going to put in the 100% octane fuel. Yeah. It's going to start costing us money. Oh, and the other thing I need to do is I want to add some APCR. APCR. ammo, because there's no reason for us to have no gold ammo. We should have 20 rounds, should be fine. $16,000. So there goes my 1.2 million. All right, so let's go ahead and run again. All right, so we take up the Pz S35 captured Soma French tank. I've put the premium fuel in this tank, hoping that we'll get a little more boost out of it. Definitely, this is going to be tough matchmaking, but it's another Tier 4, Tier 3 hybrid match. We haven't seen any Tier 5 yet, thankfully. Should I go up the hill? I'm thinking maybe I should. Yeah, let's see if that premium fuel helps at all. Does seem to, it's definitely making the tank turn faster. The turret's moving faster for sure. It's not great still, but it's better than it was. But then again, it's still not great. So, but I'm keeping up with the PZ2G. Sort of. We're going to run into a BT7. I can handle that. Going uphill, we're really going to see the issue. But then all these tanks are, so. There's the PZB2. Oh, they have a PZB2 platoon on their side. However, we do have, if he's good, that Matilda's going to give them all kinds of trouble, but they also have a Matilda. So hopefully we'll be able to take the hill and kind of get in behind him and make him screw up. We need to push the hill hard. Our Martyr 2 just got walloped. Yeah. Oh no. T2 light tank is probably gold loading. And he needs to. Uh-oh. We got a lot of company up here. See, they're having a hard time with my armor. And you can see there, I just own that T127. And like I said in my review of the T127, the S35 is really its nemesis. Because it's got enough penetration to get through the armor. What we got here? I don't know, man. It's pretty dang close. And of course, I don't have my fire extinguisher because I changed it out for the. Oh, yeah. So the T2 light tank got me. Yeah, that sucks. Owned by a Tier 2 tank. What are you gonna do? So I took the risk, and that's one of the things when you put the premium fuel, you do raise your risk of catching on fire. I should not have turned my back to that guy, and that was a mistake on my part, and the team has crumbled. So a lot of times it comes down to luck, and in that case, now obviously the team, we were still probably going to lose, but, you know, that's where luck comes in with this tank. That guy got a lucky shot and caught me on fire, and that did it. That was it for me. So whenever you outfit a tank, you have to kind of weigh the benefits versus the, and look at that, that shows you how sad our team was. I was the 4th highest score, and I really didn't do much of anything aside from kill their T127. So, all right, let's go ahead and run this again. But that's how it goes with RNG-based games. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I took a risk by putting this on, and I lost that risk. So I'm going to try it again. Now, unfortunately, we have a very Tier 5 battle. Well, not very, but mostly Tier 4 and 5. This is going to be difficult at best. Sounds like we're probably going to lose. That's right, Mater. Oops, sorry. I'm liking the way the premium fuel makes this tank handle. It's still slow, though. The downside is it's not a very fast-moving tank. But it is a medium tank. It's not supposed to be super fast, so it's not scout-like in its demeanor. Yes, Evelyn. The what? Talking about the mozzarella sticks?
Yes.
No, we're not going to do those right now. Those are for tonight.
Tonight? I don't want
I don't want to wait till that tonight to have some cheese sticks. No. The Panzer 4A needs to die. Hey, they got a hit. This is a scary place. That OI will eat me in one bite. Oh. The Panzer tooth, whatever that is totally shooting me. I'm getting out of here. Unfortunately, I don't have much offensive power here. I can't really stick it to him. Looks like we're getting overrun in the field. Oh well. They're big tanks that are out there, Matildas and stuff like that. I don't... Try to help with this Panzer 2A. He's got 7 health. The OIs are calling for help. Is he derping? Is that what the deal is? Yep. Oh, they came into the city? What? And my motor's gone. Of course, because it's, you know, tier 4 tanks. I can't go anywhere, really. Crap. Try to back out here. Oh, jeez.
Wir haben sie nicht mal angekratzt. Kette wurde getroffen. Sie kann jeden Moment reißen.
I'm gonna kill that medium 2. I'll use him for cover. I'm gonna load gold. Yeah. Whatever. You're not going to do anything to a Matilda. It's just going to tear you to shreds, obviously. He's got 110 penetration, fires every 2 seconds, and does 75 damage every hit. There's nothing you can do against that. It's just, you're wasted. Oh, we totally lost. Wow. So, yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get any good battles today. I just realized for some reason it put me on the West server. Hello, I'm in Ohio. Can we say East? But not that it mattered. I wasn't getting any lag anyway, so... yeah, just didn't get lucky. Didn't have any good battles today. So, this tank does get good battles, though, and definitely look through my lucky section. You'll see a couple S35 battles where I kick butt. But it's definitely a recommended tank. I do love it. I don't think it's going to go away soon because it doesn't have preferential matchmaking. They probably will keep it around for a while longer. It is a great tank, and I definitely think it's worthwhile. So if you're interested in this tank, I would say yes. It's definitely also a good premium tank to start with, but you will get crushed in Tier 5 battles. And unfortunately, that's true of any of the Tier 5 premium or Tier 3 premium tanks that don't have preferential matchmaking. But the issue is, with this tank especially, it's pretty slow. So, you know, you're going to run into problems. That's going to cause issues more than anything else. Whereas, you know, the M3 or the M22 Locust, the T15, you know, light tank, these tanks have much higher top speeds, and they're capable of scouting. So you can put into a scout roll. You don't even have to fire your gun. You just light up tanks and hide. These tanks are superb at that. The S35 is not as good of a roll changer. So in a top tier match, this is a great tank. But in tier 4 and 5, tier 4 you can do okay, as you saw in the first 2 battles. Tier 5 is a nightmare. It really is. You just get ripped to shreds. And you saw that Matilda he's a tier 4 tank, totally just ran me over. Nothing I could do. And so that happens. But in a tier 3 match, you have a good chance of getting a top gun. So, in fact, let's take a look there. That's one thing I forgot to look at in the stats. I think if you look on the right side here, I've got a couple top guns. Let's see, awards. Okay, 1. I thought I had more. Okay, well, It does do a lot of killing, though, in Tier 3 battles. And so it's worthwhile. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Stay tuned. We're going to have more coming. I'm going to be going through all of the premiums that I have, honestly. We're going to be looking at the T25 because who knows where they're going to go. And it's later in the game. We're coming up on patch 10 here. I haven't done reviews on these in a year or two, so we need to update the reviews and take a look and see where these different tanks lie. A lot of them have been removed. I know the M10's no longer available. I don't think the Panzer's available either, is it? Let's take a look at the tech tree. Why are we doing this now? I don't know. Yeah, the Panzer 4S is gone too. So a lot of these tanks have been removed from the list. So like there will be no more reviews of the, unless they come out with a special. But there's no M10 anymore. There's no Panzer IV Schmaltern. The T14 is gone. The Ram 2 is gone. All these tanks are being pulled from the game. So. But there are still some left, and so we're going to look at those. So anyway, have a great night, guys. Once again, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you on the battlefield. Boop.